Hello, lords and ladies of YouTube, and welcome back to Nightly Gaming's Nightly Gaming and another episode of Kickstarter Roundup. So, this is the show where I talk about the games on Kickstarter that are currently looking for funding that I think deserve the funding the most and recommend to you to back. So, stepping right into our three featured games. Our first featured game is Allison Road, developed by Lilith Ltd. They say about the game, follow us deep inside the house and discover Allison Road. That's their little heading underneath it. So, getting into the game, it's a horror game in the same vein as Silent Hill. It's a narrative-driven horror experience, survival horror type style gameplay. This game will be developed for VR, virtual reality, as well as traditional style gameplay, which is adding another layer to the horror experience, which I think is one of the more unique things about this game. VR is just going to make you feel more immersed in the horror overall. It definitely has a very creepy atmosphere, and in the videos that they have so far, as well as an actual gameplay trailer where they play through what they have of gameplay so far, has the beginnings of what could be a very, very interesting story. Lots of collectibles, creepy monsters and spirits or something hunting you down. It's got some good sound, looking really good. So this game has been approved on Steam Greenlight already. It will be released for PC, Mac, Linux, and the Oculus Rift, as well as possibly PlayStation VR, depending on whether or not they can get the permission from Sony. It has raised just over $185,000 out of $388,000 goal, with 18 days left to go. The rewards that you can get for backing them include things such as a digital copy of the game, a physical copy of the game at some of the higher levels, a digital copy of the soundtrack, exclusive t-shirts, or one of my personal rewards that they are offering for higher levels is having your name carved into a tree in the game. So for anyone interested in horror games, this game is looking to be very good, very creepy, and I would definitely recommend backing it if you are looking for a new horror game in the vein of Silent Hill. Some people are even calling it a spiritual successor. So I'll have a link to it down in the description. If you are interested in backing it, make sure to check it out. The next featured game is a game called 12 is Better Than 6 by Ink Stain Games. So the way they describe it is they say, explore the dangers of Wild West in hand-drawn top-down shooter. So that's actually a pretty accurate description. It has hand-drawn graphics in a Western-style top-down shooter. You're playing as, cowboys running around shooting people in a top-down view with black and white hand-drawn style graphics. The only color that I really see is like the blood and things like that. It has an interesting art style, very, very kind of unique. It also looks like just a unique game overall. It still looks like, the gameplay is going to be fairly standard for a top-down shooter, but the atmosphere of the game, as well as, the kind of environments and the style all add to a unique feel overall. They do also have a pre-alpha gameplay demo available for download on their page, so if you're interested in trying it out before backing it, they do have some pre-alpha gameplay for you to try out. This game was also approved on Steam Greenlight, and will be released on PC, Linux, and Mac. They are just over $20,000 of their $22,000 goal, with just 6 days to go, so they are almost at their goal, but they are running low on time. They have less than a week to go, so that's a little bit more incentive to go check them out. The rewards that they are offering include a copy of the game, digital soundtrack, exclusive in-game skins, beta access, or you can also have your name on a tombstone in-game. So it looks like a fun game based in Wild West. It's a unique looking top-down shooter. You don't get a ton of unique kind of dark Wild West games. They're kind of far, few and far in between. So if you're interested in that, I will leave a link to the description. Make sure to check them out and back them if you so feel. So the third featured game of the week is a game called Super Micro Heroes by Mutant Games. They describe it as a crazy platformer where up to 10 players compete to survive and get the maximum amount of coins at the end of the level. So this game looks like it's focused on the multiplayer aspect of it. I'm not sure if there is a solo player where you play with bots and things like that, but it's definitely focused on the multiplayer. It seems like a pretty good party game, where you're all dealing with what looks like fairly difficult platforming, not anything extreme, so even people who aren't big into platforming or anything like that can still enjoy playing it. All the while you're trying to collect, the various collectibles. It looks like mostly just coins, all while trying to survive and continue on. It has fun, colorful graphics to kind of add to that whole party game feel. It's not yet approved on Steam Greenlight, but is looking to be approved, so if you want to check them out on Steam Greenlight also, I'm sure they would love to be approved on there. It will be released on PC, Mac, and Linux, and they have raised $1,279 out of their $11,164 goal, with 10 days to go. So they still have quite a bit of money to raise, with not a whole lot of time to raise them. The rewards that they are offering include things such as a digital copy of the game, a digital copy of the soundtrack, a digital art book, or you can also, at the higher levels, help design a level. So it looks like a fun party game. It'd be fun to play with friends. If you're looking for, a new party game, I would definitely recommend checking this one out. Could be a lot of fun, just, playing with friends and things like that. So, if you're interested, I will have a link in the description, so feel free to check them out. Which that then takes us to our recommended game to back of the week. Moving on, will be Home Free, which is made by a man named Kevin Cancienne. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce the last name. But he says about the game, you are a dog lost in a randomly generated city, looking for food, looking for friends, looking for home. So this game just looks great. This game simulates the life of an abandoned dog just trying to survive in the city. You're dealing with trying to find food, whether it be in trash cans or like stealing it from vendors or things like that. Dealing with other aggressive dogs that'll chase you down and try to hurt you. But you're also, finding new friends as well. There's other friendly dogs that you can play with, and humans that will be kind to you, humans that will be mean to you. So you're experiencing all sorts of new things. It seems like a really interesting game overall. I like the graphic style. It's kind of low polygon look, but it's a an artistic low polygon look. So it works well. It's very stylized. I also kind of like the message of the game, showing the struggles of an abandoned dog, just how you feel bad for this dog who has been abandoned. And on top of all that, you get a deep solo. On top of all the deep solo player game, which looks quite expansive with just a real expansive world. There's even a multiplayer mode, which they call Dog Park. Where you and your friends can all be dogs and just enjoy running around doing dog things. So the game will be released on PC and Macs, and it's planned to be released in fall of 2016. They have already raised over $44,000 of their $50,000 goal, with 27 days left to go, so they still have quite a bit of time, and they've already reached their goal, but that should say something to you. This is looking like a great game, definitely worth backing in my mind. If you're interested in backing them, the rewards you can get include things such as a digital copy of the game, the soundtrack of the game. They have exclusive t-shirts, and at higher levels you even have the chance to have you and or your dog put into as low polygon versions into the game. So if you have a dog that you really want to have immortalized in a game, you can do that, as well as have yourself be kind of low polygon person walking around the city. That it says that you would actually be a main part of the game, so you're not just going to be like just someone randomly walking down the street. You'll actually play a part in the game. Then you can do that at the higher levels. So this looks like a really fun game with an interesting idea. Looks like it has actually fun multiplayer segments, so if you're looking once again for another game to play with friends, this could be another game that you're looking at. Has that charming low polygon visual style, very stylized, easy on the eyes. And I'd recommend this for anyone who's looking for a fun, unique, interesting game to back. Doesn't look like a whole lot of other games we've seen out there. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this week's Kickstarter Roundup. If you guys think I should have mentioned any other games or have any comments on the games that I did mention, leave comments in the section down below. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button. That's always appreciated. If you want to check out my other videos, including the other Kickstarter Roundups, which I do every Saturday, check out my channel and subscribe to be notified whenever I post new videos. I do one video every night. Nightly gaming means every night. Besides that, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!